Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here and Sailor Mini Moon here. And today we're going to talk about, a Monday Night Raw going to Netflix. Monday Night Raw, or also known as Raw is War, or also known as the Raw Over Show, or a Monday Night Raw, which have been going on for 31 years, and half of those 31 years it was on the USA between 93 YL till 2000 YL. After that, they were on TNN from 20 YL to 2003 YL, and then on Spike TV from 2003 YL to 2005 YL. Then they're two time on USA 2005 YL till 2024 YL, and Netflix 2024 YL. Now, a lot of folks, when reading the news on WWE's website or TKO's website, the arm of Endeavor, or Undertake, the arm of the newly crafted arm of Endeavor and Undertake, which WWE and UFC are owned and ran through. Some folks think that being on Netflix is going to be a handicap. They bring this up because they say Netflix doesn't do live streaming, that every show, film, and play and game which has ever been on Netflix have all been filmed ahead of time and then uploaded and relayed on the website, either at Netflix's set time or whoever the uploader is, whatever streaming deal they got with whoever. Now, a lot of folks do know that from between 93 YL till 2000 YL, Alone Tonight Raw was filmed, it was live, filmed, it was live, filmed back and forth until 20 YL when it became filmed live full time. Well, it seems when they go to Netflix, it'll go back to being filmed ahead of time and then uploaded to Netflix at whatever time or day they really don't know yet. Now, a lot of folks who have the interweb, and if they have Netflix, great, they're set. But there are some folks out there who do not have the interweb. So that would be a bind for them then, because I guess they would either have to go to a book house or go to some friend's house who had the interweb or whatever to watch something if they didn't have the interweb to go on or whatever. And folks out there who only have the wire or do not have the wire, well, folks, if you didn't have the wire, they never see Raw because Raw was never on a folk work which went over the wind. So at the end of the day, there's always going to be folks that you're going to not get. The folks who have the interweb and the folks that do not have the interweb. The folks that have the wire and do not have the wire. Now, there are some upsides to being on Netflix. First off, Netflix, they don't go by watch time. They go by hits. A website goes by hits, and how many hits a website gets. A hit means when someone goes on a website, and then they can then start putting showing time on that website for making it worth high if there's a lot of hits. If the website doesn't get a lot of hits, then they can't sell the showing time, got to sell it for less. And a lot of folks out there might, think that, that Ariel O'Neill and Patrick Whitesell, Mark Shapiro and Vince McMahon and Nick Khan, why did they choose Netflix over the Walt Disney business deal with FX or the Amazon Strongman deal for streaming? I don't know. What you got anything to say about this, Sailor Mini Moon? Yeah? Shit. Yeah, I do. I got a lot of things to say about it. But I'm not going to be down on it like some folks are. Yes, the downside is that Netflix doesn't live stream shows or films or plays or games. It's true. Almost every show, film, or play ever on Netflix has always been, filmed it and then uploaded later on. And a lot of folks, but I'm happy to note that Alone at Night Raw is now going from USA to TNN to Spike TV to USA to Netflix. We were way off. There were many folks that thought that, oh, the Walt Disney business was going to get Netflix. Their Walt Disney business was going to get Raw, and they were going to put it on FX or FXX or ABC, one of those three folk works. Then a lot of folks thought that the folks at Warner Brothers Discovery, whoever owns that business, thought that they would get Alone at Night Raw. And they thought they'd be putting it on TNT or TBS or Truth or whatever folk work they thought would fit. And then they thought there were folks that thought that Amazon or Strong Woman would get the deal, since they do have streaming deals with shows, films, and plays and games, and also some of them are live, some of them are not live. But I believe at the end of the day, the Netflix deal seemed to be a good enough deal that the sides, the TKO Endeavor side, was happy with when it came to getting Alone at Night Raw. Both sides seem to be happy enough with it. The folks that own and run Netflix seem to be happy with it, and the folks that run and own WWE seem to be happy with it. And a lot of folks might think that oh no, now Alone at Night Raw might not be on Mondays or Alone Days anymore. It might be uploaded to Netflix on Tuesday. But you see, it would be one show each week. So it wouldn't be like other Farseer shows where you go on there and there's all the followings. When it comes to Raw, each following of Raw would be filmed and then uploaded, I guess, on whatever day that they choose to upload it on. But it'd be like one each week. Now, a lot of folks out there might think that, what is USA going to do then? Well, they got SmackDown back for 5 years, so they got their skilled wrestling Farseer show, so they don't have to worry. The CW got NXT for 5 years, so they got their skilled wrestling show. Even though they got to deal with the NWA, but it's on their streaming tool, CW Seed. TNAW is hoping to get some kind of streaming and broadcast deal with CW too. Now we all know where Raw's going to now. And this will not happen until the 2nd half of 2024 YL. Or most likely around the 9th month, the 10th month, or the 11th month, or the 12th month. So around that time is where Netflix will then have a showing talking about Alone at Night Raw and what day it's going to be uploaded on and what day you can watch it, and so at the end of the day, a lot of folks who have the interweb, that will work for them if they're not following Netflix, so they didn't buy a Netflix deal. Then they'll most likely have to buy a streaming deal with Netflix just so if they want to keep up with Alone at Night Raw after the 2nd half of 2024 YL. Back to you, Sailor Moon. You're right, Sailor Mini Moon. You're right, Reenie. At the end of the day, Alone at Night Raw being on Netflix comes with an upside. The only downside that folks talk about is that, oh no, now it's going to be being filmed and not being live. And they might have to watch it the next day instead of watching it on Monday or Alone Day, or whatever day that WWE chooses to put it on. But it would be one following a week. You won't have to sit there and yield a whole month and then boom, here's all the followings of Raw you have to go binge watch then. Like some other films, shows, and plays and games are handled. But I believe WWE would be one following each week. So like each week there would be a following of Raw that would be uploaded and played and playable on Netflix after it was filmed earlier. But we'll see how that works out. I'm truly happy with this. I think, in my belief, Ariel and Nell, Patrick Whitesell, Mark Shapiro, Vince McMahon, and Nick Khan worked out a deal that many folks didn't think. And Nick Kong himself said, before I end this film, that one day streaming films or shows or plays or games will become a truth, where many shows that were once had broadcast deals with Folkworks would then get streaming deals of websites. And it looks like Raw is going to be the first WWE yield show to have that. But if you stop to think of it, and main event or main show still has a streaming deal with Hulu. If you stop to think of it, when NXT went from Sci-Fi to WWE, to Hulu, it was streamed. Before they got their USA deal and their CW deal. But anyway, and SmackDown had always been filmed until 2006 between YL. So anyway, if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday, earlier this morning over here. Playlist or share this film. Follow us. Give us a thumbs up. And hit that ringer when you want to know when another upload or a live stream or a short has been uploaded. I, Sailor Moon Serena, I, Sailor Mini Moon or Little Moon or Small Moon Rini, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell.